I don't think either team ended up with a draft that is super strong in its own isolation, but I like what BNK put together here and how it's going to set up team fights. The Poppy could be quite strong, could be very powerful in the early game, can help control objectives.
And Doran is now that guy, especially on... Okay, that's just first blood. Kellen's dead. Well, there was the interaction, Wolf.
I also said that there was a chance you could set up the feathers with that. And, you know, she was like, challenge accepted.
Just got back.
Yeah, well, this is a disaster now. It was...
Oh, God. Lehens is just not letting them go home. As there's the flash. Lehens might have bit off more than he can chew. Still burning down. But Gideon's over here. Raptor also turning up, but not actually able to affect the play. So Lehens is going to get scared off. Gio moving on over now as Gideon, a lot of health available, but they don't have control. A cocoon is up, and it lands onto the monkey. Repel out immediately as Kellen cannot find it, but they eventually will get that spider because what goes up must come down, and Gio is just going to dive on top of Diablo. There it is. Flashes into the brush, but there is vision there already. And Nongshim are all over this early game.
You're not level 6 as Wukong to make big impactful plays there. They already had the health advantage from that previous trade. The catch on to Lehens was one thing, right? Okay, he overextends, you go there, but then committing further in was a bit of a problem, unfortunately. I think Raptor felt priced in because he made the big rotation over, but they end up losing out on the 3v3 in a big way. And this time, the Kaisa picks up an additional kill. Last time around, it was just Lehens who got that one, so... Or sorry, the Zaya, excuse me, picks up a kill.
Asking for at the beginning of this game, you love it when a plan comes together. As Kingen dashing around, not going to be bothered by this steadfast presence, as Kellen will be able to clear out that ward, and now Raptor able to slink in unbeknownst.
It's tough to dive this Mbessa with flash and ult.
Oh, but Gideon's coming in. Oh no, the Wukong gets trapped in the prison, but Kingen's still likely to go down. The public execution is unfortunately not going to get seen by anyone, and BNK, they get out of the woods, but that was very funny at the beginning of that fight.
I feel like that still wasn't like the right move from BNK, but they got lucky, okay? King is a little bit too far away from the turret. Fisher is going to be fine here. We'll get out, no problem. And now Raptor is going to be able to, looks like, take this blue buff away, although.
Yep, ulti comes on through as another dive and another death as the repel gets him out of there. Fisher going to be flashing. That's the right flash, however, not going to be good enough as Vikla going to secure it with a Chaos Storm.
Things are just, we're not done.
I've seen this movie before, as Kingen not going to find the ulti once again, but this time he's not dead. Dashing around, will be able to grab himself a shield as he makes his way southward, but Raptor is going to be there. The smite comes in. Good flash, and Kingen! Woohoo! That's some fancy footwork.
Yeah, and all the while,
dodge.
Everybody's up here and set up for this Raptor contest for Nongshim, and Raptor, sorry, I keep calling it Raptors because Raptors is in the game. Raptor is in the game, but the Grub contest comes over from Nongshim, and Raptor will just have to leave. He is Wukong, so he doesn't have to flash or anything like that, but they get nothing on the map.
Oh man, and this is also 6 Grubs going over to an Mbessa composition. Not to mention that, you know, Aurora actually does decently well in the side lane with, you know, how kind of elusive she can be. Is going to be on this ward. I feel like we've been waiting for some replays for a while, but we can't get to them because there's just action all over the place. And Kellen is also just going to get prisoned, and now he's in trouble. The Cocoon point-blank range onto Raptor as he throws down the Cyclone, but Lehens is going to find him. Still, the second Cyclone's going to take out the Elise. Keeper's verdict says no to Fisher, and Raptor even survives a couple of feathers.
Look at the Cocoon swap here onto Raptor, but he still gets the Cyclone off and can flash over the wall. And then Lehens goes to chase him, but gets hit by the second part of the Cyclone. And then Kellen has the steadfast, or not the steadfast, the Keeper's verdict to knock the Aurora away, so Fisher can't clean up the fight.
Which is something I haven't seen just yet. Seen a fair bit of Kraken Slayer if they want a bit more physical damage, but Yuntal is a new one, has been buffed on this patch. Now Fisher looking to try and survive here. That is a Narnian ultimate from Gideon and a very dead Fisher, but still, Poppy's going to be on the floor, so a 1-for-1. Not too bad there for Nongshim as they are pushing in this mid lane at the same time. Yeah, very well to avoid him taking too much damage there, although it doesn't do a whole lot to a high health target. Is now Raptor looking for a wraparound, wants to stop Kingen from being able to get in here, but the public execution is a real dangerous one. Raptor just walks in and it's a highway robbery. Kingen, can you find an angle as Kingen's just going to move him out of there, but he's going to be dying. Raptor now going to get imprisoned, and he is the one that drew the short straw as he doesn't get over the wall there. Not quite an option.
End up winning the fight swimmingly, but don't end up stopping the smite from going over as Kellen?
Ooh, yeah, Lehens going to just say, all right, well, if this is the situation, I will try and offer some damage back. Kingen moves up. They're not able to actually kill this pesky spider as, Lehens, that was so cute. Going to stop him from being able to take him down by blast coning him away. And now the permafrost comes in. Kellen just going to get wrathed by the winter and will be taken down where he stands. This Poppy not necessarily working out is the POM so far.
I think so.
He's my front runner. I know it's a 3-0-3 Zyra's public execution onto Vikla. He's going to have to flash, but that's not going to get him away from this Ambessa. Raptor chasing him down. Clear is going to very awkwardly teleport in, but will be able to grab a kill on to this Ambessa. Repel gets Lehens out of there, and Diablo now just standing awkwardly behind the turret. Raptor is going to move in, and the Cocoon is going to miss. And that will mean that Diablo takes down the Spider. BNK, they managed to grab that one as now Kellen's dead again. Gio going to collect another kill, and he's continuing to push here in this mid lane.
They have 6 grubs, so I mean, the push of this Xayah is actually relevant. Plus Fisher here in the top side.
Doesn't actually count that Cocoon as a miss because he's still got the cleanse.
Yeah.
Regardless of whether it went completely the wrong direction or not.
Yeah.
So count it. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, if you wanted to flame Lehens for that one. Face check. Like, face checking an Elise is so frustrating. They're going to put down this control ward. That's going to try and get them in there as this is going down very low. Can Raptor get the steal? That's the question, because you cannot fight them after they get this buff. Keeper's Verdict comes down, but it's too late. The Cocoon is going to block Kellen there as well as the public execution. Oh no, insult, meet injury. As BNK not only lose Otacon, but they also lose both their jungle and support. And Nongshim are going to be able to continue pushing with an inability to die.
Yeah, no, this is that is probably the straw that breaks the camel's back here for BNK.
And this camel was already walking with rickety knees, Wolf.
I thought maybe we could see it in a fair fight, BNK stand up to Nongshim, but it's just not going to happen anymore. And the funny part about it is both of the solo laners were just not involved in that exchange at all. Like, Clear went for a Hex Gate flank on this Jace, tank Jace. He's like, maybe I can get it done. You can see Vikla on the minimap when you'll be able to look at it if we have a replay. And they're going to push hard here into the bottom lane and look for potentially a dive on the Clear.
Yep, Clear is going to take a bunch of damage here from Kingen. Shields up most of it. And we'll continue to try and get some pressure down as there's the public execution. Clear manages to go to the skies, and speaking of to the skies, Keeper's Verdict sends away the Ambessa, but they're continuing to fight here. Oh, Jiwoo! That's that killer instinct we wanted to see! 2 kills ripped away from BNK, and then he just withdraws, goes back home as Fisher, now it's his turn to pop off underneath the inhibitor turret, and now it's just Vikla left standing. That is some Otacon value if ever I've seen it.
You could say, like, this one, I think the space will be a little bit less enthusiastic about, but everything up until that was pretty great.
Well, Lehens has found Vikla, and there's another Cocoon. God, this guy's very good at support Elise. It's like he's been playing it for like 11 years. As Nongshim continuing to push forward. But a turret. And Nongshim, I mean, their wallets are so incredibly huge. They are just kind of dropping it on them now. But still, they're doing it with style.
I mean, he's got Storm Surge and an Arm Guard and a needlessly large rod. He has so much money.
He's basically a mid laner, yeah. Right there, it doesn't have to be just Wolf Flick that has it. As now Nongshim push in the mid lane, they're going to take another inhibitor. And this game is basically over, Wolf.
Yeah.
This Sejuani is so big, Wolf.
Yeah.
We were talking about the fact that like he's getting a bunch of money early and how that's not a good thing. I'm kind of feeling like maybe it is, as the first Cocoon is going to miss there, and that might spell the end of Lehens. He repels, Raptor is burning, and Elise just flashes away. Lehens he just walks. He's got those tap dancing shoes on, and he's feeling good about it as Jiwoo throws out the Feather Storm. That stops Diablo from killing him for a while. Does mean that he does go down, but BNK, I don't think they're winning this one. Public execution just for fun, but Kingen gets that shield, stays alive, and Gideon is never going to die again this game. His health bar is too big, and Fisher is done.
Stop the Baron. That's the good news.
Hey, nailed it. There you go.
The bad news is you did not stop a 6-scrub Aurora from wiping out majority of this Nexus turret. You see Kingen's got the teleport in as well, and they are looking to end this one right here, right now.
Yeah, that is game 1 in the books here for Nongshim. Probably the most cathartic game for any Nongshim fan. If you are a Noodle Boys enthusiast, this is a good sign for things to come, because this is Jiwoo looking back on form. This is Fisher finding some angles. Gideon looking really, really good.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.